നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും ആദരിക്കുന്ന അമ്മയ്ക്ക് ഹൃദയം നിറഞ്ഞ ആശംസകൾ, പ്രണാമം, ഹാപ്പി ബർത്ത്ഡേ. സ്വാമിജി പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ആവശ്യപ്പെട്ടു ഞാൻ ഇന്ന് ഇംഗ്ലീഷിൽ സംസാരിക്കണം. സോ I'll say a few words to you all in English. എൻ്റെ പരിചയം നമ്മോടൊപ്പം വലിയൊരു പഴയ പരിചയമാണ്. ന്യൂയോർക്കിൽ ഞാൻ ഐക്യരാജ്യസഭയിൽ പ്രവർത്തിക്കുമ്പോൾ അമ്മ അവിടെ എത്തി. എൻ്റെ ഒരു സുഹൃത്തിൻ്റെ വീട്ടിൽ താമസിക്കുമ്പോഴാണ് ആദ്യം പരിചയപ്പെടുന്നത്. എനിക്കൊരു ചെറിയ ഭാഗമുണ്ടായിരുന്നു അമ്മയെ നമ്മളുടെ മില്ലേനിയം വേൾഡ് പീസ് സമ്മിറ്റ് കോഫി അനാൻ പ്രഖ്യാപിച്ചപ്പോൾ അതിൽ അമ്മയെ ക്ഷണിക്കാൻ. I was just saying that I had the great honor of meeting Mata Amritanandamayi ji, our beloved Amma, back 26 years ago when I was working for the United Nations in New York, and she visited the city, stayed at the home of a friend where I first met her, and I played a small part in having her invited by Secretary General Kofi Annan to address the Millennium World Peace Summit at the United Nations in 2000. That day, the Mother of Compassion spoke in Malayalam, and Malayalam was heard in the august assembly for the first time. But it was not merely the language that echoed in the hall, it was music, it was prayer, it was light. For every Malayali, that moment will always remain an imperishable crown of pride. The Millennium World Peace Summit was historic in its own right. It was the first ever gathering of over 2,000 spiritual and religious leaders from every continent, representing virtually every major faith tradition of humanity. Never before had the United Nations formally welcomed such a conclave of spiritual teachers, recognizing for the first time that peace is not secured merely by politics, resolutions, or treaties, but by the moral and spiritual awakening of communities. Into that gathering, Amma walked, not as a political leader or diplomat, but as a simple woman clad in white, representing the eternal soul of Bharat. The choice to speak in Malayalam itself was a profound statement. The spiritual wisdom flows from authenticity, from the intimate music of one's own mother tongue. Music and spirituality are like twin rivers that flow without borders. They're not bound by language, nation, or creed. The world accepts both as universal languages. When Amma spoke in Malayalam, it was as if the voice of music itself rose, carrying the fragrance of love and the rhythm of peace. But she does not even need to speak. Her hug conveys boundless love, kindness, and coexistence, the shared treasure of all humanity. It is in this background that Malayalam became not only a regional tongue, but a universal vibration that the world received with reverence from her. Because Amma is not merely a personality, she is a presence with a spiritual identity that embraces the whole of creation. She loves everything in this world, humans, animals, plants, even rivers and stones. The Vedas proclaim, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. All this indeed is divine. Amma's life is living testimony to this ancient truth. Her humanitarian activities are living scriptures. Through her charitable organization, Embracing the World, Amma has built hundreds of thousands of homes for the poor, provided scholarships for children, opened hospitals, and pioneered disaster relief operations. From the tsunami-hit shores of South India to earthquake-struck regions of Japan, Nepal, Haiti, she led the creation of Amrita Serve, a program dedicated to making 101 villages in India self-reliant and sustainable. In the field of education, Amma established Amrita Vishwa Vidyapitham, a university that today ranks as one of the leading institutions in India and is recognized globally for its research and innovation. Her work proves that spirituality must always flow into action. Compassion cannot remain only as words, but must become tangible service to humankind. Sound, in fact, is the first scripture. The Vedas themselves are Shruti, heard, not written. From sound emerged prayer, from vibration emerged language, from rhythm emerged the song of life. The universe in its vastness is cloaked in darkness, but life is the expression of light energy within that darkness. Amma teaches us that that light is within each of us, and when kindled, it spreads not only in our inner world, but radiates into the universe itself. Her Malayalam words of the United Nations may not have been understood by everybody, but her compassion, her message of peace, her spiritual vibration, all were understood by every heart present. Leaders and delegates rose in reverence, honoring Amma, and through her, honoring Malayalam, Kerala, and Bharat or India themselves. Today the world trembles with conflicts and divisions. In such times, spirituality must be our greatest strength. A song, a prayer, a compassionate word, all can unite beyond borders. Amma's speech was such a song, an eternal event, a living echo that continues to inspire. Since 2000, the United Nations has increasingly recognized the importance of spirituality and culture in peace building. Programs like the International Day of Yoga, sponsored by India, and UNESCO's declarations on intangible cultural heritage have roots in the same recognition that humanity cannot survive on economics and treaties alone. It must breathe through the shared values and inner awakening of all of us. Amma evokes and echoes a time when the world was about to enter a millennium marked with uncertainty. And this is why I'm so pleased to launch the UNESCO Chair on Assistive Technologies here today. Friends, music, spirituality, and Amma's embrace teach us one truth, one world, one family, one light amid the darkness. Through education, let us nurture it. Through culture, let us preserve it. Through language, let us proclaim it. And through spirituality, let us love it. Then only will true world peace be born. Let us bow in gratitude to Amma, who turned her hugs into a universal music for peace, and who teaches us that the true light of the universe is the love that we carry within our own hearts, the love she bestows upon all of us. Happy birthday once again, Amma. May God give you many years in the service of humanity. Namaskaram, pranamam, Jai Hind.